everyone, this is Chris from Stylharmony. Thank you for joining me. So in today's video I am going to show you again how you can make some paper flowers, and it's going to be very simple, very few materials needed. You really don't need a lot. You're going to be even able to use up your scraps, which is always a good thing, and you will see, just use what you have, very simple. I've decorated some differently, so it's going to give you some options as well. And this is very similar, at least the beginning, from another video that I made not long ago, how to make paper flowers with only circles. And I will link this video on the upper right corner if you want to check it out. So for this tutorial you will need obviously some paper, so you can use any kind of paper you want, thick or thin, just to play around with it to see which paper you like best. You will need a punch hole, any size of course you want to do. You can use also your dies if you want to cut your holes or your circles, and you can also of course your scissors for that. I'm using different colors here, and I've done only one color for each flower, but if you want to mix and match your colors, you can do that. I've also used here in the inside of my flowers different kinds of embellishments. I've used some seed beads here, a pearl here, rhinestones. You could use also paper in this example here. That's just a little piece of paper. And for decoration also, you can use some stickles. This is what I've done here. Just a little bit of glue and glitter just on the edges to make it look even more girly. I like when it's shiny. Not too much, just a little tiny bit. And that's it. So paper, circles, scissors. You're going to need scissors and also some kind of glue. So I'm going to use hot glue for this, but you may wish to use a white glue, because when you use the little tiny petals here, you might burn yourself. So by the way, young people watching this video, please don't do this alone. Ask an adult to come and help you. So if you want to use white glue, I would recommend using a quick drying glue or a tacky glue, so you won't have to wait too long. So you will have, for all of these flowers, I've only used 9 circles. So there's one that you're going to keep aside, and then you'll have 8 circles for the petals. So I've already pre-cut mine, and if you can stack them, this is a construction paper, so it's really thin, but I like it because it's really handy to move around. And then you're going to use your scissors, and you're going to cut just here. Let me zoom in a little bit. And you're going to cut once up to the middle. You don't have to measure anything, just eyeball it. So I've stacked on my 8. If it's too thick, just do 4 by 4. And I'm going to do the same thing for my other example here. So I'm going to take my 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's good. One aside. Just wanted to make sure. This is heavier paper, but I still can cut through easily. So that's good. Okay, so now we're going to start, and I'm going to zoom in because I want you to see what I'm doing. Okay, zoom up. Okay, that's good. So you're going to need your paper here. That's going to be the bottom of it. And you can use probably a smaller piece, because every time I end up having a bigger piece that I had to cut down. Anyway, so then I'm going to use here my hot glue gun. And the first thing you're going to have to do with all your 8 petals, once you've cut the middle here, is just to fold a little bit. So you're going to have like a little hat, like it looks like, you know, a Chinese hat. So you can make it more or less. Start with, try to make them even if you can, and you don't need to overlap them very much. It's just a few inches. So you're going to put your glue here on one of the tab. So that's not much, and then you are just going to close it. I might put my temperature on lower here because I think I'm going to burn myself. A little bit of glue, and you're going to keep on doing this with all your 8 petals. So I'm going to do this, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I've got all my 8 petals down. They're here. And now I'm going to start gluing them onto my other circle here that I didn't cut. If you forget and you cut it, don't worry, it's not a problem. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue here on my circle, and I'm still going to zoom in a little bit. So I've put a tiny bit of glue here, and on the back you're going to put the glue here more. I'm going this way, I'm going clockwise, so I'm going to put some glue here just on one side, not the other, because I will need to go underneath later on. And you're just going to glue it, and you don't have to center your flower up to here. That's just the way you could do it. I wonder if I was not off camera, so let me do it again. Then you're going to put some glue here. In order to make it stick better, I'm doing a little bit of my petal and a little bit here on my other circle. And I'm putting this line here, the joint, in the middle. I don't want it facing outside because otherwise it's not going to be very nice. Okay, so, whoops, glue strings, and I'm going to keep on doing this. And try to make it a little even as much as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to put just 5 petals here on the top. Okay, so this is my 4th. And my last one here, I am going to put it as much as I can, a little bit into the middle here. If you can't do it, just put it on top. It won't be a big problem. Nobody's really going to notice that. If you can, do it. Otherwise, don't worry. I'm going to try. I'm going to lift this one up. That's good. And this is your first row of petals. And actually, you're going to have just 2. If you want to make more, you can. And of course, what I didn't say before is that all your petals here have the same size, the 8 of them. So you could do some smaller. I'm just trying to show you something very easy. If you don't have any dies or anything special, just go ahead with this. So now we're going to do the second row. And I'm just going to go inside here. And if your paper is gentle with you, you'll be able to put them in shape afterwards if you really need to. So I'm putting the other one kind of on the opposite side, but not completely. And my last one here in the center, and I'm just overlapping. I'm not trying to go in between because that's going to be too difficult here. And now you've got your flower, and that's the way it looks. Okay, so now you're going to use your embellishments. And what am I going to use? Why not a little rock here? I think it looks some kind of organic. Maybe this one will look better. That's an idea. You know why? I like when it's a little organic. So I'm going to use my hot glue. I don't know if it's going to stick a lot because rocks are not porous surfaces, so I don't know if it's going to stay there. But I think I kind of like the look of it. So that's what I had on hand, and that's the look of it. And you're done. Your flower is done. You could make another layer if you wanted to with smaller, again, circles. I'm just going to leave it there. Now I'm going to show you the exact same technique, but we're going to give more movement to our petals because here they are facing kind of inside the flower, which is nice, but you can also give it a different look by just coming and curling just a slightly bit your petals. So again, I'm going to do this flower off camera because I think you understood what I've done, and then I'll be back in just a second to show you how you can curl them up. So I'm back. I've prepared my petals here, and now this is what I'm going to show you. Once you've put your petal together, I'm using a paintbrush because I think it's easier. I'm going to start here. You might not see it very well, but my line here, my joint is here, and I'm going to use my paintbrush to start curling here my paper. If your paper is a heavy cardstock, go slowly because you might rip your paper. So I'm doing this all around very slowly, little by little. And it's going to give me this nice little shape in the middle and also on the outside. And you can curl them as much as you wish or as little as you wish. I'm just going to do it a little bit on the top here. So let me show you again. I'm starting here kind of parallel to where my line is, because that's the way I found it was. I was not tearing my paper, and I did a little bit here, but if you start on the top, for me, I just tear my paper every time. So I'm just trying to save you some time and labor and also not being upset about it. So there you go. And I did tear my paper, but I'm going to call it good anyway. I can always put a little bit of ink here. And now I am going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here on the side of my circle. Well, that's a lot, but it's going to work. And I am going to press down my petal here. So it's going to give me a very different look to it. A little bit. You can put it also on the petal just like I did. It doesn't have to be on your paper. It seems like it's better for me when I do this on the paper directly on my circle that is going to be my back. So let me, oops, stick my fingers where I should not. A little bit here. I like these cheap and easy methods to make some embellishments if you're in a hurry to make a present and you want to decorate your so I've got 4 here. That's going to be a bit difficult if I put, no, it's going to be fine. It's not going to be too bad. And I'm going to put this one inside. No, I didn't leave the space there, so I'm just going to put my petal here. And I spread them apart from the center, so my flowers is going to be a bit bigger than the others, but that's just fine. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And I want mine to be a little bit more up straight to give it even more dimension to it. So I'm just kind of bending my paper, and because I've already curled it up and I've kind of cut the fibers of it, it's going to be way easier, and it's better also to do it before. And what I'm going to do here is trim maybe a little bit here so it's going to fit even better inside. Yeah. There you have it. And now I decided I was going to put a little button here because this one is stinking cute. I love these little plastic buttons. And I'm going to put directly the glue inside here. Don't worry about the glue strings. We'll take care of them later. You can use a heat gun to take away of your and there you have it. Isn't this nice? It's so cute and so easy. And again, you want to make some more, just do some more. And concerning, like, for example, this flower, I did the center with a piece of the same paper. So I'm going to use my punch here. And by the way, if you wanted to know, these circles are an inch and a half. And this is what I usually do. If I want to save paper, I usually put my punch on the other side so I can really see what I'm doing. Let me cut this. I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to put my paper in here, and I can really get close to the edges. And I'm saving a lot of paper like this. Sometimes you can do just another 2 or 3 circles like this because you've saved a lot of space. So now what I'm going to do, and I might have to take this one away just to show you what it's going to look like. And it's the same circle, but what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to cut it in half. Then you're going to put a little dab of glue here on this piece and put these 2 back together. Leave it to dry just a few seconds. This is why I like to use heat gun hot glue, because it helps me move along very quickly. And then once you've got your 2 pieces together, you're going to use your paintbrush again, and you're going to start rolling. So this paper is a bit stiff, so I have to insist a little bit. I'm rolling my paper on itself. Try to make the bottom even. And you don't have to tight this very, very, very much. Just a little bit. So this one is not tight enough. I need to do it again, but my paper is so stiff. I'm just going to do it one more time. I'm here really doing it very tight, but then it's going to unroll like this. And then you've got your little center. And you can put your center here into your, I'm going to put a little dab of glue here to make my center of the flower just stay in place. And then I'm going to put a big blob of glue here underneath to make sure it's going to stand into my flower and glue it down. And there you have your little center, the exact color of your paper if this is what you want to go for. So there you have it, very, very easy paper making flowers. So you can see here, the one that I've made before, there's one look and then there's the other. So you can change wherever you want to do it. Maybe only put the one like these petals in the inside and do something different on the outside. And you can do some small ones, you can do bigger ones, you can use, of course, make huge ones. That would be nice also to decor a room. And next time what I would like to show you, because it's a bit more complicated and I didn't want this video to be too long, is that we're going to make this kind of flower. And I'm going to change a few things because here my center is too stiff and it's got sharp angles with the paper. But we're going to do the exact same technique using the same amount of petals here around, and we're just going to use 3 more, maybe 3 more for the center. And it's also very easy, but the technique is slightly different. And here what I decided to do, because my paper was very light, is that I just used a little bit of ink and I went on the edges and a little bit here in the center darker to make it pop out and have a more 3D look to it. So it's another flower. It looks way bigger than this one, but it's the exact same size of petals that I have inside. It's just the way you place them on the backing of your flower. So there you have it. The same circles, the same size, but different flowers. Just tell me which one you prefer. This one that is completely opened, or do you prefer this kind of flower with the curved petals? I do like both of them. They're different, and I like things when they're not all the same, so I can mix and match my flowers for decorations from home decor. And also I like to put this on a gift box for a girl. So yes, tell me which one, the green one, the hot pink, which one you like best. And if you have links to share with us to other kind of paper flower making, please put them below. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give me some thumbs up and share. See you soon for other videos. Thank you very much. Bye bye.